going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Today me and Sylvia have come all the way to, where are we? Warwickshire. We're in Warwickshire and we're in Warwickshire and we're visiting Warwickshire. We're in Warwickshire and we've come to visit the British Motor Museum. I think this is the biggest collection of classic cars in the UK also. It's that big, they've even got a separate section outside with over 200 cars just in there, and it's simply because there's not enough room inside the museum. Let's get straight into this one, guys. If you enjoy this video, please drop a like down below. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, let me know what your favourite classic car is. The Triumph Lynx prototype. When they began to design the TR7, they intended to include a fastback coupe version, which was codenamed Lynx. The Lynx concept kept changing and it ran well behind the TR7, which was launched in 1975. The car is thought to be the last of the 18 Lynx prototype and the only survivor. That is the only one in the world never ever got put into production. Austin Zander concept styling model. Wow. Oh wow. Reminds me of the old Lotus, to be honest. Looks like a gremlin at the back. Vauxhall 1966. Oh, yeah. XVR. Yeah. XVR stands for Experimental Vauxhall Research. Presented to the Geneva Motor Show in its launch year of 1966. The XVR never went into production. It's a shame it never went into production. Look at it. It's got a gull wing doors as well. Lift up in the air. Yeah. See, the whole windscreen is attached to it and it all splits open. Guess what it's called? Can you guess? Just looking at the back.
I don't know.
Have a guess. 3-letter word.
Aston Martin?
3-letter word, Aston Martin.
Oh. No.
Austin and. Speed 245, 750 horsepower. My first dream when I was a child was always to become a race car driver. That was my number one thing. Got the concepts and there's a Jaguar section behind me. Sports cars just here. There's some movie cars as well, although we have seen a couple of movie cars already. There's a lot of Vauxhalls up on this floor. We're going to go check them out. And then we're coming back down, head round to the movie cars, and then work our way round. There's a whole... What is it?
I don't know what it's called.
The whole outside of the building starts at some point in time and works its way around to like the newer cars. I think the last one I saw was a Ford Cortina. I'm kind of excited right now. Oh, I'm so excited right now. Lotus Carlton. Guys, I think I've actually made a bit of a mess in my trousers when I seen this car. It's just one of the all-time greatest cars ever made. A genuine Lotus Carlton. Look at it. Oh my God. I need to sit down for this one. This is why they put these chairs here, so someone can just sit and have a look. Oh, look at it. Oh, Jesus. That is car pornography. Right there in front of you. Car pornography. The thing is, look, it gets better. Vauxhall Chevette. And a Mark 1 Astra. A GTE as well. Mark 1 Vauxhall Astra GTE in creamy beigey white colour. Oh wow. Vauxhall Victor. The amount of rare cars in here, guys, absolutely unreal. I think me and Sylvie need a car like this when we're angry with each other.
Say again.
I was talking about you, not to you.
Oh, sorry.
Anybody recognise this car? It belongs to the Queen. Yeah, exactly, the Queen. This is the Queen's car. She gets driven around in this. Fab one. Fab one. A few years before I would have been able to drive, I always said I was going to have a Mini. And it wasn't until I actually got in one and realised how little room there actually was.
Yeah, very tall, so.
Yeah, being like 6 foot, it was like I'd have struggled really. And I always wanted a Mini like that with loads of lights on the front. That was always my plan, do you know what I mean? Always my plan. Completely missed that earlier. Triumph TR6. Metro 6R4. I knew this was here before we actually came, because when I was looking at buying the tickets, as soon as I saw this here, I said to Sylvia straight away, that's a Metro 6R4. And these are the kind of cars that I think really test racing drivers. And look at the spec, right? 250 brake horsepower, V6, 3 litre. A 3 litre V6 Metro. Probably weighs less than my arm. Push by wheel arches to move. Do not push perspex. So cool. Wow. Oh my God, look at the seats. So I was just reading on the front of the car about this. This concept obviously never went into production, but to open the doors, it's all electronic. This part actually opens out. This half down here actually comes down as a step, so you can step into the vehicle. It's got this low roof, a bit more streamlined. Kind of might have influenced the Evoque, do you reckon? That's a low roof, isn't it? I was just saying to Sylvia a moment ago, I wonder if Prince Philip's hearse is ever going to come in here. Of course, the factory is literally around the corner. They designed that hearse. I don't know if it's going to stay in the royal family, and maybe they'll end up donating it and it can sit in this museum. We've got a special Range Rover here, guys. This Range Rover here. The very, very first one on the end of the line. Back at the main entrance, the guy did tell us that the separate building which we're going to go to after does house a lot of the very first and the very last cars of each kind. Of course, not including the 4 prototypes or what have you, but this one is the very first one that would have gone into production. That place houses a lot of the same sort of cars, so I can't wait to go and see them. Okay, this is the third take of what I'm about to try and say. I keep getting it wrong. I'm trying to say any Only Fools and Horses fans out there, and I keep saying any Only fans out there. So here we have the famous Reliant Regal from Only Fools and Horses, Peckham Springs, New York, Paris and Peckham. New York, Paris and Peckham. I wonder if this is one of the originals. Let's see what the sign says. You've got to love Only Fools and Horses. If anybody who hasn't watched it, especially people from outside of the UK who haven't seen it, I highly recommend you get it on. It's not on Netflix or anything, but it'll be on somewhere. Things like that. Okay, so for anybody that doesn't understand, back in the day we used to have to display a disc in the front windscreen, which was showing that you'd paid your tax on the car. It's all done online now, it's totally different. But yeah, he's basically wrote the note out saying that the disc is in the post.
You see the blue paint?
Yeah.
That's from Mr. Bean movie. And then it went to Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah. You see, just in there we've got the cones with the police sign on. It's probably so he can get free parking or something, I don't know. He's such a crook, but it's so funny. You've got to watch it. If anybody hasn't seen it, you've got to watch it.
Funny.
Yeah, it is funny. Anybody think that looks like a Honda NSX behind me? It's actually an MG. To me, it looks like a copy of an NSX. Even though that came out before it. We have an XJ220. Only so many of these ever made in the world. Wow, take a look at that, guys. We've got a load of Jaguar concept cars here. Jaguar XJ42 prototype. It really has a nice vibe to it, this. At the front it does look really Jaguar-y. And then at the back, I don't know, it looks like a Renault Alpine or something. Hatchback RD6. Jaguar RD6. It's a nice little touch under there. And this thing, wow. It's nice, that. CXF. The state of that. Oh my god. You imagine driving this down the road? It's a real head turner. Yeah, I bet it is. But this thing, oh man, shooting brake. XJ40 shooting brake. Of course, didn't really have the Perspex bonnet. There's a big weird debate with shooting brakes because I believe they're supposed to be 3-door estates. This has got 5 doors. I can't believe I'm looking at this. I can't actually believe I'm looking at this car in real life. Perfect. Perfection. This is actually Princess Diana's Jaguar Cabriolet, used between 1987 all the way till 1991. Changing gears a bit. Stiff. Just open these vents and let the air come straight in, and all the smells from the engine. I think that's second, third, and fourth. It's only a 4-speed. I think.
Managing.
I think that's an handbrake. What happened to this Mini? The Longbridge Tunnel Mini. During the Second World War, a complex of tunnels was built under Austin's Longbridge factory in which manufacturing for the war effort took place. In subsequent years, the tunnels were a convenient place to store and scrap material from the factory. Latterly, these tunnels fell into disrepair and are being sealed up. With only 11 miles showing on the clock, this Mini 1275 GT had been used as a workers' ferry around the Longbridge site. I'm happy to just walk around them like this. They're all just sort of parked up kind of thing in rows. It gets out real nice. Close look like this. Some engines on display. There's a Rolls Royce down there. Right, just find this up the corner. A random Rolls Royce. I think it's a Phantom. Oh, look at that. Honestly, can you really get more quality than a Rolls Royce? It's got suicide doors on it as well. Oof. Just look at it. I think a job that I would love to have would be someone's personal driver and be able to drive something like this every day, all day. Imagine. I bet when you're in there and you close the doors, I bet you can't see a thing. Look at that. Wow. It's not even lowered and look how low it is. That is nice, that is. Riley. And Austin. Distinctive with that third light in the middle. And Morris at the back. No idea what this thing is. I kind of like it. This is the last metro to ever come off the assembly line, the last of its kind. And it was signed by around 1,200 people, all people that worked on the car, on the assembly line. Look at the height difference in the Vogue to the standard one. Look how much lower it is. I can see on the roof of it almost. It's really low. Just step on it. This thing's on tracks. Look at them. Old Defender on tracks. A bit like the one downstairs, but I think this one looks better. The other one was actually just wheels, normal wheels with tracks over them, whereas this one is actual proper tracks. Austin Montego. Same story as the Metro. So it'll be the last one off the line and signed by everybody. It's a really sad ending to a car's life. This is the prototype for the 6R4 that we looked at earlier. Doesn't look like it's been in many races, I'll be honest. Rover SD1. These are hydraulic suspensions on them because it's sitting really low. It must be hydraulic. This here is the 1 millionth Land Rover Discovery. The 1 millionth. Right here. I've really enjoyed myself, and it is somewhere that I'm definitely going to come again in the future. Even to see the same old cars, it really doesn't matter because I can look at the same cars over and over again all day long. Okay, so I'm going to end this video here, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Definitely highly recommend you coming here because it was a brilliant place. I'm definitely going to come again. I do have an annual ticket now, so I can come back anytime within the next 365 days. If you want to follow me on social media, I will post links down below in the description. Go check them out. Like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.